In the golden age of kung fu cinema, the screens were dominated by legends. We knew the names of Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and Alexander Fusheng. But for every superstar, there were dozens of formidable talents who became the very backbone of the genre. They were the heroes of the Saturday afternoon matinee, the faces on countless video cassette sleeves. Among them, a quiet, determined fighter from Taiwan carved his name into the cult classic Hall of Fame. This is the story of Ricky Chung Tianchi. Ricky Chung was born on September 17, 1956, in Taiwan. His background in Peking opera at the Lu Quan Opera School, alongside future stars like Lu Feng and Qu Chui, gave him the foundational skills that made him valuable to any production, big or small. His story is one of pure cinematic immersion. He entered the film industry not as a star, but as a body in a crowd, a young man seeking a path in the booming world of martial arts movies. His journey in films began while he was still a teenager. At the age of 19, he started appearing in a series of now-classic martial arts pictures, often in small or uncredited roles. You can spot him as a gang member in The New Shaolin Boxers, 1976, and as an uncredited Shaolin student in the Jackie Chan starring Hand of Death, 1976. This was the typical training ground for many actors of the era, learning the ropes and the kicks and punches on the set of major productions. But persistence pays off. By 1977, he was graduating from faceless extra to a character with a name, even if it was a small one. He played a Thai boxer in Return of the Chinese Boxer and a character named Fix W. Chopsticks in The Rebel of Shaolin. These roles were a testament to his growing reputation as a reliable and skilled on-screen fighter. He was learning the craft not just of acting, but of movie making. How to sell a punch, how to frame a kick for the camera, and how to build a character through physicality. This grueling apprenticeship was the foundation upon which his entire career would be built. In 1979/1980, Ricky was given his first leading man role in the classic film, Kung Fu of 7 Steps. For Ricky Chung, this was a chance to truly carry a film. He wasn't just a supporting fighter or a villain. He was the hero whose journey the audience follows. It's worth noting that there's some intrigue around this film's release date. While often listed as 1979, evidence suggests it may have actually been released in 1980, as its soundtrack uses music from films that weren't released until that year. This kind of mystery is common with independent films from this era, where record-keeping wasn't always a priority. The turn of the decade marked Ricky Cheng's true arrival. He was scooped up by the most powerful studio in Hong Kong cinema, the legendary Shaw Brothers. For a martial arts actor, this was the big leagues. It was here that Ricky Chung Tianchi became a familiar and beloved face to fans worldwide. His roles at Shaw Brothers were often variations on a theme: the righteous hero, the skilled fighter caught in a web of conspiracy, or the loyal brother-in-arms. But what he brought to these roles was a consistent and compelling physical presence. The early 1980s marked the peak of Ricky Cheng's career, where he became a familiar face in many iconic films produced by the Shaw Brothers studio. He was often cast as a heroic fighter, showcasing his skills in elaborate, action-packed sequences. House of Traps, 1982. Five Element Ninjas, 1982. Shanghai 13, 1984. The Nine Demons, 1984. The Dancing Warrior, 1985. Ninja Hunter, 1987. He also appeared in titles like War of the Shaolin Temple, 1980. The Mystery of Chess Boxing, 1979. 18 Secrets of Kung Fu, 1980. What's crucial to understand is that the ecosystem for martial arts cinema was split between major studios like Shaw Brothers and a vibrant independent scene. Actors, directors, and choreographers frequently moved between them. The films are fast, bloody, and filled with the signature acrobatics and weaponry of the era. Ricky Chung adapted seamlessly, proving his versatility within the evolving world of action cinema. His career demonstrates a clear trajectory. He paid his dues as a background performer, steadily worked his way up to supporting parts, and eventually became a leading man in a specific genre of action cinema. For fans of classic kung fu and ninja movies, his name is a reliable stamp of quality, guaranteeing impressive martial arts displays and heroic performances. As the focus changes to Ricky's personal life, this is, unfortunately, where the story becomes challenging to tell. The personal lives of many Shaw Brothers contract players were kept private, shrouded by the studio system and the simple fact that they were actors, not celebrities in the modern, tabloid-driven sense. There are no public records of marriages, children, or romantic relationships. He did not give tell-all interviews about his life off-screen. So, what can we deduce? He was, by all accounts, a professional and dedicated artist. The physical demands of his filmography speak to a tremendous level of discipline. To perform the complex choreography of these films, often without the safety nets of modern filmmaking, required a life of constant training and physical maintenance. We can imagine a life lived between the sound stages of Shaw Brothers in Hong Kong and his native Taiwan. A life of early morning call times, long hours in makeup and costume, rehearsing fights and taking hits. It was likely a life of camaraderie with fellow actors like Lo Mang, Chu Ko, and the many Venom Mob adjacent performers. A brotherhood forged in fake blood and real sweat. His disappearance from the spotlight in the late 1980s and early 1990s, as the kung fu genre waned in popularity, suggests a man who saw his chapter in cinema come to a natural close and chose to walk away, leaving his work to speak for itself. Some sources indicate that he returned to Taiwan in 1984, where he appeared in several Taiwanese television series. Ricky Chung Tianchi never became a global household name, but his legacy is perhaps more enduring than that of many bigger stars. He has become a true cult icon. In the age of the internet, his films have found a new, passionate audience. A YouTube search for 5-Element Ninjas will pull up dozens of reaction videos, scene breakdowns, and fan edits. For new generations discovering these films, Ricky Chung is a revelation, a cool, collected, and incredibly skilled leading man from a bygone era of practical filmmaking. His filmography is a time capsule of the genre's most popular and outrageous trends, from the traditional Shaolin tales to the neon-drenched ninja wars. He is remembered not for scandal or a dramatic personal story, but purely for his on-screen contributions. He was a vital piece of the machine that produced some of the most entertaining and visually inventive action films ever made. So, the next time you dive into the wild world of classic kung fu cinema, and you see a hero calmly facing down a horde of color-coded ninjas, take a moment. Look for the name Ricky Chung Tianchi. Remember the apprentice who became a journeyman, and the journeyman who became, for a glorious, explosive decade, a king of cult cinema. His was the fist that struck a chord. His was the legacy of the unsung dragon.